And they have a Graves jungler who is the superior duelist between Graves and Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
Look at the consistent story. He also has a side stone up compared to Jesus, he's falling behind. So now H2K moved the pressure from one side to the other, and Fnatic are looking for a reaction.
Desperate play, but Brox is gonna go low here. Odoamne, can he finish him off? He does for first blood.
This guy just got dunked on. Holy moly!
1v2! Brox just didn't have the damage because he's been kept so low in items. Now Odo's likely to die here. He has no flash up and available, and so
That's greedy.
If he dies here,
Odoamne is trolling. He's trying to get the wave in, but come on.
Wait, the anchor's up.
Sapling? Sapling's deal no damage when they land right now.
Oh no!
He's fine.
Wow! I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, he just walked away. So he's not trolling. He got the wave in. He did everything right. We were wrong.
Completely calculated by Odoamne. Now, pinging the teleport. Curtain call is opened up, and so as he's looking to come around the flank. He's a real slow tree, though, and he's going to have to flash forward. Still stopped up. He did nothing for his trouble.
But watching especially the Flash Wolves play at IEM, it was so satisfying to watch them ping out everything they were doing. Especially Karsa and Maple were pinging everything single face shake, but have to hold on here because Soaz.
He might not get out of this. Anchors away and goes Jankos to try and finish the job. Twisted advance. Reckless suddenly appears out of the blue. At high noon, does he have enough damage to finish it off? Jankos is limping away. Reckless does get the kill onto him. And now it looks like Fnatic might have found a turnaround. Exhaust onto Febiven. In comes Broxa. He's going to find a kill for himself. It's about damn time. And Odoamne safe under tower. Che around the backside. Fnatic have overcommitted. Jesus is down. Reckless looking for more though. And that's going to be it. No! Caps takes down Che. And he's going to turn in for another Fnatic come up huge.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy this happened, both because now we actually may have a game on our hands, and also because it punishes right there. He actually was walking back to bottom lane, and then Fnatic pulled the trigger, and now they're going for Nashor.
Yeah, and H2K, they just couldn't respond in time, and Fnatic, they may lose a little bit of time on this. And Jesus goes down. Febiven looking to make the play. Baron could be anyone's call right now. Jankos, oh, it's a big shutdown onto Reckless. And Broxa hopped out of the pit. Jankos followed him through. And H2K say, thank you very much. We'll take your Baron and your lives.
They were obviously too far ahead. They completely sweep and act. I love how Febiven demolished Jesus first and then got the QE combo on two members. What a hero play from Febiven. The ace in the hole.
Committed from Jankos.
Full party right there, he says.
Baby, that was sexy.
Yeah, takes down Caps. Febiven sends his regards. But
okay, so H2K had a couple of derps.
Yeah.
They're allowed them, it looks like.
I mean, they built up such a massive lead with their draft and their early game. They are allowed many failures. The problem is that we can consistently highlight these failures where they put Odoamne with them. They play as a 5-man death squad until the opponent offers enough resistance. Then they go back to what should have been.
Here's Soaz on the flank.
Looking for a flank, looking for anything, just looking for a fight. There's teleport on there.
He flashes, he goes in onto Che. Let's see if they can blow him up. Jez is in the front. He's gonna get the Glacial Fissure. Broxa does manage to get onto Che. Teleport coming in, but Odo, but is it a little too late right now? Fnatic are turning. They find Febiven. It's a big shutdown. Gold goes Soaz's way, but Broxa can't get in, and now Fnatic look like they've run out of steam.
Yeah, I'm liking these reactionary plays here from Fnatic. It's just too little too late. It looks like, but they're consistently kind of denting H2K, while H2K is just so much superior, so far ahead. It shouldn't happen that they managed to generate some kills, so there's hope for Fnatic in that regard.
Fnatic will have something to look forward to for game number 2, but it looks like this one is definitely lost. Their base, they're hemorrhaging objectives. It's been 8 turrets to 1. Fnatic have only found the one on the top side. H2K can't close it out just yet, right?
You can spend it on silly things. You can spend your credit on some consoles, you can spend it on whatever you want, you can spend your credit on trying to kill a Maokai and then throwing the game potentially.
Fnatic are trying to fight back.
They will engage here, like they have to.
Dez is taking a little low, so as going in onto Odoamne. Caps and Broxa unsure about the situation. Chains of Corruption is going to finish onto Broxa, but in comes the second wave of minions. Odoamne immediately anchors into Broxa, turns for Soaz. It's all the distraction ploy. Nuclear does take a chunk of damage from Caps, but they've taken themselves a inhibitor turret, and inhibitor number 3 soon to go down. Caps still threatening on the other side, but it looks like he does not have enough teeth to make it happen. Teleport now, this might be it. Soaz looking to come in. Maybe his bark is worse than his bite. Che, redemption though, is gonna keep him healthy, and Soaz is going low. They get a big knock-up courtesy of Jez's right before he goes down. The rest of Fnatic are soon to follow. Soaz is down. The rest of them, they're scattering right now, and it looks like it's inhibitor time.
They get their final and third inhibitor here. They win the fight. They're hoping to make Probably proud, but you could see that he probably wasn't as happy. He knows, could have been cleaner.
They might have a talking to with them after this game, but one Nexus turret's gonna fall. The second is sure to as well. Fnatic, they've got nothing left. Caps, Reckless, Broxa, all desperately trying to keep it alive, but in the end, it is gonna be a big victory for H2K in game number 1 over Fnatic.
What a statement here, Pyra. The Gragas in the top lane.
It's locked in.
Yeah.
We'll see that one for Fnatic's side. So it looks like these guys have a pretty solid, honestly, early and mid game on the Fnatic's lineup.
Well, EULCS was actually making fun of him in one of the rollouts earlier here. Some good combos though here. Feven just found Caps. Caps didn't find him back, so he's going to eat another sphere here on the return.
Autos. Oh, Rox is there. Oh, he's going to have to cleanse that cocoon right quick.
It was all a ruse. It was all a bait. He missed the spells on purpose. Yeah, but there was the potential of EULCS flashing in there and going for the kill. That's the play they're setting up. Now Jesus gets caught.
Oh, another grasp onto Jesus right now. Exhaust is down onto Reckless. Okay, Wild Growth, self-cast. And the Boilings are swarming, but Jesus is going to be able to whimsy his way away, but pings are already flying. You can see EULCS is smelling the blood right now.
That is one
there we go.
of Soas's talents. He goes for an early TP behind enemy lines, hoping to catch Feven off guard.
Stealthy Fat Man instantly forcing out the cleanse from Feven, and he flashes away too for good measure. The barrel, now the cocoon still lands, and they sink it in for a first blood. Teleport now coming in for Odo. Can H2K turn around this one? No, the curtain call's coming, and they have to get out of town. Goes Soaz once again. Odoamne gets the knockup. Chains of Corruption lands. Now Fnatic taking a little bit low, and they're stopped up for just a second. They turn their anchors over to Broxa. Can they finish him off? No. Piercing Arrow, not enough damage, but Soaz going down. Caps going to the sky, but he is also going down to 0. Trade of kills. Nuclear gets 2.
Fnatic looking to split the map evenly. You know, we take bot side, you take top side. Please step away. If H2K can aggressively defend this 3v4, they will get so much on top side, but it's dangerous.
Oh, yes, it is. And the barrel knocks in Nuclear. Oh, he's going to have to flash out of that, and Soaz goes too far. Nuclear gets a 3rd kill, and they save the tower. Meanwhile, Odo's unopposed up top. And they also get the tower first blood. Odoamne just keeps on pushing.
He keeps on trucking right now.
Yeah.
Like H2K, they defend the split.
But Che, he's going low, going down, and that was a big spider, but Broxa still bought it. It's a 1-for-1.
Just another 1-for-1 trade, and meanwhile, there's wave crashes into the top lane. H2K would be happy if Soa stayed around here to contest this, and there's this minute farm advantages here, and now in the mid lane, Caps is under pressure.
Suddenly Odoamne just comes out of nowhere.
The minions are gone.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And as long as you arrive back safely into mid, hang on, Febby.
Oh, he walks right into it. Cleanse, flash immediately. Broxa tried to make the play.
That's the one caveat. You need to get back to mid lane in time to catch this wave right here, and you need to do it safely, or you need to be willing to give up your summoners.
They may not be making the proactive plays themselves, but Fnatic know that they can at least try to counter-engage.
They're looking to pull a trigger here because they have their top laner still on the top side of the map. They want to force mid or get the teleport out of Odoamne, but now Soas is just getting chunked.
Chains on again, and if he flashes right in, he does. There's a Wild Growth. Now they're caught in the choke point. Let's see if they can make a play. EULCS is not going to be able to get there in time as he was turned into a munchkin.
Odoamne walked down here looking for a pick, maybe.
Well, they want to back away. H2K don't want to let them do it.
Nuclear pinging the side wave, so he's peeling off. Hopefully his team has heard that call. EULCS and Chain need to be somewhat careful. They're essentially invading 5v4.
Soaz can't find a safe place to back. EULCS, Che still waiting in this brush. Fnatic, they could try to counter collapse here. Nuclear's not with the team.
Yes, Nuclear's not with the team, and last game, this is essentially what cost H2K about 3,000 gold off their lead. Luckily, they had a big lead.
Now he's joining him.
He's walking back. Still not there, though, technically.
No, Brox is a little bit preoccupied. There's a lot of damage there.
And there's no CC except this cocoon.
Picking on the Baron, but Odo's going to walk right into this face check. If you've got to have somebody to do it, the anchor is not going to pick up who he wanted. EULCS a little bit too low. Piercing Arrow doesn't find Reckless on the back half. And the barrel's going to separate Odoamne. Do Fnatic have the damage to take him down? Doesn't look like it. And he turns right back in. The curtain call, though, is going to send him scurrying. Che takes 1. Che takes 2. Che misses a 3rd. And the 4th is intercepted by Nuclear. No damage. Not enough for Fnatic.
He's hurting.
Oh, man. Sunfire Cape. And they found Jez. Oh, whoa! Moly, Nuclear!
That's what they've been doing. H2K have been setting up this Baron vision. That's why they were so aggressively fighting here.
For H2K, I think these odds are pretty much in their favor as they're down half on the Baron.
Caps
still, there's Caps.
Steal.
He sends in the shock blast a little too early, and that's going to be secured up.
Fnatic's pain right here because it means that H2K is playing clean macro. If you leave your opponent with no options other than to make a bad play, you're playing League of Legends well.
Well, H2K definitely seem to be playing it well in Fnatic. They barely scratched the armor of Odoamne, but EULCS, they've turned around here, and Fnatic are caught up. Jez is getting pulled in, Nether grasped and taken down. Nothing much Fnatic can do except go on the retreat path. And H2K just slowly marching to victory.
Would definitely recommend a visit to the spa. after this one.
You really do delight in other people's pain.
I mean, come on.
It was too
You're
easy.
suffering, you have a roster change, you make a tweet that you're not going on vacation. What do? You go on vacation. Like, why? Just practice at home, play 10 hours of solo queue. I don't know, build team, like, trust, build team synergy. There is no synergy in this lineup.
You're not wrong, man.
There's no synergy in this draft. These guys are not working together. They're just playing their individual game. Guess what? We're losing. Go next.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it looks like that's time for Fnatic unless they can find something desperate, but they're 10,000 gold down at 6-3. Not a whole lot of kills this game, but H2K playing it out cleanly. You got to be careful there. Febiven and Nuclear chunked a bit, but there's a redemption.
I mean, they haven't made the signature H2K oopsie yet. They have quite the credit build up. 9,000 gold almost here this early in the game. What a clean game from H2K. Can they bring it home?
Caps is still around the side, looking for that all-important shot blast. Jankos taking a few shots, probably watching on eagerly as his team looks to finish the game out, but the curtain calls up. Odo's just going to tank it all. Maybe not that one because Che intercepted. Caps on the side, chunks Che out, but still, it's just a parting shot. They can't find an opening on H2K, and now Caps, oh no, he jumps right in to his own death, and Febiven claims it.
Yeah, I really like the aggressive flash there from Che because the Edge of Night Shield disappeared because of the Void Spikes.
Oh, Jez's is gone. Before we can even get to it now, Soaz, he's isolated out as Jankos looks to turn for him once again.
Patience, H2K, do not overchase right now.
Very slow chase from Odo as he sends out the dredge line. You can't flash away from that one, buddy. And Odo sends the anchor on to Reckless. One more. Otto will do it. He finishes the job while Soaz and Broxer are both on him. Meanwhile, H2K's down bot, finishing towers.
Yeah, 2 KDA players, 3 team players right there going for the actual finish here. No, Jankos keeping the one opposing member that's alive, busy. There's an Elysian base, but he doesn't even count anymore at this point. What a clean, calm, and collected game from H2K.
All according to plan, H2K say as they take down the last Nexus turret. Jankos, he's gonna not even bother about finishing off Soaz because it's all Nexus, it's all victory. H2K, almost no snags on this one. They come back from IEM and they make a hell of a statement, dismantling, dismembering, and destroying this Fnatic team. GG, well played.
Thank you very much, Sharks. I am joined by the cool, the calm, the collected Jankos. First of all, congratulations on the win. Did it feel as easy for you to play as it was for us to watch, how easily you took down Fnatic?
To be honest, I felt like in the first game, the guy who did draft for Fnatic should probably not get food or not get paid because he was so bad for my eyes, you know? I almost, like pretty much I knew from the beginning that we will win this game no matter what. And in the second game, the draft kind of improved, but it was still a little bit shaky. And I felt like their players were inting it, so.
Thing is, that's something we've heard a lot. Fnatic's drafts all split. Is that something that you guys as H2K have also noticed? As a team, they just don't seem to maybe read the meta or pick the appropriate champions? What do you think?
It's really hard to judge why Fnatic is doing such mistakes. I think maybe they just can't read the meta, maybe they don't know what's good. I felt like after IEM we improved a lot and they stayed the same, so that's why we kind of rolled over them this game. Even though it was not a flawless game, we still kind of just won it. And they are just, I know, like, I don't know what are they doing, to be honest, but...
It's a really tough situation for Fnatic. You mentioned IEM. I actually wanted to ask you a few questions about your experience in Katowice, playing into the crowd, losing a series to Flash Wolves that you guys should have won. You know, that game to team fight. Well, talk to me about that series first of all. What was going through your mind?
Hey bro, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Flash Wolves are a really good team, and we are the only European team that took a game from them and almost took the second one. I think we improved a lot on IEM. We kind of understand how to play the Worlds meta instead of EU meta, and Worlds meta seems, even though it's not as efficient, it's way more easy to play the meta like this, and it feels like Worlds meta just fits our team better as well. So, you know, after the second game against Flash Wolves, I think what was missing was patience because, you know, we didn't have to teamfight mid lane. We had to bait Nashor. We had to play it slower. I feel like we got a little bit too excited in the game, in the second game, because, you know, first game was kind of collective. We were doing mistakes. We were losing some team fights, but we still managed to close the game. Second game was very similar, where early game was very smooth. At some point, though, in team fights, we started making huge mistakes. We started splitting up. We were over-eager, and that did cost us the BO3.
It was great watching you guys play. H2K, for most of your games, most of the time, look in control and calm and collected. It's just those small mistakes that seem to cost you guys. What was it like playing in Katowice again with that whole crowd? You had huge smiles every time the crowd was cheering for H2K and EULCS.
I mean, it's really nice to play in front of a crowd that cheers for you and for your team. And since, you know, I was in Poland and I love Polish crowd and I always wanted to play in front of a huge Polish crowd, then that was like dream come true. And every time they would cheer for us, it was so pleasant. And it was so amazing. It's really hard to describe it, but the feeling I had on stage was just like, I was a god, you know, like, I was not Faker because I'm not good, I mean, compared to Faker, but still, you know, they're cheering for me and supporting me, so it was insane.
First Blood King, I mean, you've got a different title, not exactly the unkillable Demon King, but it still counts, EULCS.
Maybe.
Let's bring it back to the EULCS. Today, both teams that are in the running for #2 team behind G2 won, you guys and Misfits. Next week, you're playing Misfits. Who is the second best team if G2 is the first?
I honestly think that Misfits are playing the world's meta since the very last week already, I mean before IM. So I think they are really strong opponents. I think that they made a lot of mistakes in mid and late game against UL, and that's why the games were shaky. But as we could see, their early game is really on point, and they play very similar style to us right now. So I think this matchup will be really tough. I think they are great. I think they have great players, and it's going to be way, way harder than in Fnatic.
It will be, but you haven't answered my question. Who is the second best team? Is it H2K or is it Misfits?
Well, we'll have to see. Just, you know, tune into the European LCS next week and yeah.
Okay, well, seeing as though EULCS won't actually give me the answer, next week we will see that game. Dude, thank you so much for the interview. Congratulations on taking on Fnatic.
Thank you.
All right, great. We're going to head back over to the analyst desk for the rest of post-game lobby.
No, keep talking. That's so entertaining. But thank you. Always great to hear from EULCS, of course. A lot of interesting things in there about the second best team and all that. But I do want to talk about one thing. He talked about, oh, the world's meta, it might not be as effective, but it's easier to play. Why is that exactly?
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to drafting like very strong pushing lanes and then having a jungler who can invade the enemy jungle a lot. It's what we saw EULCS do in both series right now. It's why we talk about these Raptor camps. You know, take your own and you play around the enemy Raptor camp. You get yourself an experience advantage as a jungler and you use that to kind of further take over the map. But a lot of it comes down to having these very strong early lanes that can push in the minions so you can join for potential fights.
Exactly. And, you know, when we were seeing Misfits earlier, attempt that against some of the later scaling, you can see if you're not pushing the advantage, that's where the picks like the Orianna, like the Rise that we've seen in weeks gone by, can have that effect. But one of the things that like Flash Wolves were doing was never giving you that opportunity because they were so clean on taking the Syndra and the Graves and, you know, the Lee Sins of the meta and just being like, okay, now we're going to dive you, and you're never having an opportunity to scale. Yeah,
and it's always fun to see how things that are actually considered standard is something that teams can forget and then have to pick it back up. Like coming into this split when the jungle camps were changed, there was like a slower respawn time. Everyone was talking about, oh, pushing lane in mid, pushing mid lane, because then my jungler can invade, we can steal away their camps, they don't get anything, slower respawn, it's great. A few weeks later, no one really talks about it, and it kind of goes away, and people start playing like a lot of scaling.
Is that like an evolution of the meta?
I don't know if it is, because it was already a thing. Then they swapped away from it, and then they go to IEM and they play against like Kasa and the Rox Tigers who did this exact strategy, and like a lot of Syndra from Mabel, and they're like, oh yeah, it's really strong. Yeah, well, we should do this too.
That's why it's so fun always, like an actual World Championship, when it's a couple of weeks and you see that meta evolving within the microcosm of that championship. But we're not there yet. We're long not there yet. But the question is, who will get there from EU? That is always the long-term question. And Misfits, again, today, even though they are a rookie squad in the LCS, they looked fantastic. They played the Unicorns of Love. And